There's a quote by the great Les Brown that says, "The graveyard is the richest place on earth, because it is here that you will find all the hopes and dreams that were never fulfilled, the books that were never written, the songs that were never sung, the inventions that were never shared, the cures that were never discovered, all because someone was too afraid to take the first step." He went on to say, "Live full and die empty." These words have forever changed me and the way that I perceive life. And I want to share that experience with you today. I hope you allow these words to settle softly into your heart, into your mind, into your spirit, into your being, into the essence of your authentic self. We came here to have an experience, to live, to feel, to see, to touch, to be. I believe the blueprint of your life is written on your heart, and it's personal, just for you and nobody else. And sometimes in life, we allow burdens of other people, their happiness and limitations to take us off the path of our authentic selves and dreams. Let this be a reminder that there is a soul inside of you that desires to live and feel and experience and be. It's your birthright, and the way you access it is by choosing you. And you choose you by making the conscious decision to stop existing and live. This video is dedicated to the most sweetest unicorn I ever met and loved, Norma Jean, my auntie. 3 words spoken. She's passed away. Tears flow down my face. Pain and sorrow should be growing inside me. But ironically, peace and strength are increasing instead. You're no longer suffering. You're no longer holding on, worrying, trying to figure out who's going to be the backbone to this family. You're no longer afraid to let go. The day I decide to take your advice, to love me wholeheartedly, to go after my dreams, is the day you decide to close your eyes for the last time, to fill your lungs with air for the last time, to depart from us physically. But unlike my father, I got to see you for the last time. I got to see your smile for the last time. I got to hold your hand for the last time. I got to smother you with kisses for the last time. I got to hear you speak life into me, Norma Jean, for the last time. I got to be Auntie's baby. Tears consume me. Your departure has fueled me. Your death has given me the ammunition to be the best me. You leaving this earth and stepping into the divine's beautiful light has awoken a warrior in me. My legs are weak. As you depart to meet your strength of 1,000 queens, your love of 10,000 mothers, your peace in the midst of a storm. Everything I do from this day forth, I will do it with you in mind. Forever, my unicorn in a field full of horses. I love you to the moon and back. It's Tori, the Hope Dealer of Guided Intuition. I'm going to pray that I don't keep looking at myself over there because like I'm just smitten with me. I like looking at me. I'm a vibe. But anyways, hi my loves. It's Tori, the Hope Dealer of Guided Intuition, and I'm here to share a personal, vulnerable, beautiful, insightful experience with you guys from me. You guys know I absolutely love you that is on the other side of your phone, your TV, your computer, your laptop, your iPad, whatever you're watching me on. You know that I love you. You know that each and every single one of you who are subscribed to my channel, who stumble upon my videos, I love you. You are incredible, and Guided Intuition is turning 3 years old on May the 13th, 2021. It has been 3 years that I made a sound decision to love myself, know my worth, and to accept who I am wholeheartedly. It has been 3 years since I made a decision to quit working, clocking in on somebody's clock. I don't know, because I worked at a hospital. I don't know if you call it a corporate job. I don't really know, but whatever. I was in transport, but it's been 3 years since I made a decision to dance with my dreams and become an entrepreneur, and actually wholeheartedly like support myself and trust in the universe. And it's been 3 years since I made a decision to wake up every single day and do something that I love, and that is spend my time with you guys, just being of service to you, allowing me into your hearts, into your minds, into your decision making, allowing me to be the voice to push you up that mountain, you know, allowing me to be the voice when you finally reach that goal, when you finally love yourself, allowing me to be your cheerleader. Like, it has been an amazing 3 years, and I just want to say I love you guys. And to top that off, I want to share something very dear to my heart. April the 18th, it was my favorite aunt's. It was her birthday, and I celebrated her. And she is the aunt that as a little girl took me in and loved me and nourished me and poured so much beauty into me. My aunt Norma Jean is super special to me. She was such a phenomenal woman, strong, intelligent. Every obstacle that came her way, she overcame it. She was strong for herself, strong for others. She's what you call the backbone to your family. And it's so beautiful. The many roles that she played in other people's lives, and the superhero she played to other people, helping them grow, helping them become. When I got the phone call that my aunt was passing, I hadn't been home in 12 years. In that moment when she was in the hospital, I stopped everything that I was doing I didn't go to work the next day. We all got into a car and I drove home, just praying that I could see her, that I could talk to her, you know, that I could tell her what she was to me. When I seen her, the love, the beauty, the grace was still there. And she kept looking at me. I think I'll put a picture of her. She kept looking at me and she just kept calling me beautiful, and she kept calling me a superstar, and you're just beautiful, you're just beautiful. And she just wouldn't stop staring at me. And at that time, guys, I didn't love myself and I didn't know my worth, not even an ounce of it. And I was so like, I was blushing, I was bashful that she kept looking at me, you know, and kept calling me beautiful and just staring at me and calling me her superstar. And I just asked my mom, I was like, Mom, why does she keep saying that to me? And my aunt looked at me and was like, because it's the truth. She's like, you're beautiful. And I just remember sitting with her in that hospital room with my cousins and my mom and my sisters, and just loving on her and just being in her presence. And I think I went to 7 stores that day trying to find yellow tulips, because that's her favorite flower, but we couldn't find them. And I just remember talking to her and apologizing that I didn't come home, that I hadn't been there for her, that I didn't check in on her. And she kept saying, baby, it's okay. It's okay. You are hurt. You're here now. And I remember wanting to just wheel her out of that hospital and just take her to a park and just talk to her and just tell her everything I've experienced, and just go wig shopping with her and take her for ice cream. Just all the things that I wanted to do with her. In that moment, I couldn't. So much time was lost. I couldn't do it. And I ended up leaving. And 2 months later, we got a call. My aunt passed. But the crazy thing was, the night that she passed, I was in a loveless marriage. I was at a job that I hated. I didn't love myself. I hated what I seen in the mirror. I was just highly unhappy. But my aunt's words would not leave my mind, that I'm so beautiful and that I'm a superstar and that I'm all these things. It wouldn't leave me. And needless to say, long story short, something just broke inside of me, that enough was enough, that I was tired of this life that I was living, and something had to change. And I made a vow that night to love myself, to find my worth, and to accept me wholeheartedly. I made an oath to me. I looked in that mirror, naked in my bathroom mirror. I looked at me, crying, snotting, and I told myself, I love you. And whatever you desire in life, I'm going to get it for you. September the 15th. I'll never forget that day, because that was the day that I decided and made a conscious decision to love myself, to know my worth, and to accept me wholeheartedly. That was a day that I made a decision to follow my dreams and not be complacent in life and not settle. That was a day that I made a conscious decision to stop existing and start to live for me. The truth be told, we've all been the backbone to something in our life, whether it's family members, it's friends, it's a relationship. And even though my aunt was such an amazing woman, and death is a part of life. It's a part of the nebula, whatever that word is, you know that. We can't avoid it. It's going to happen one day. It's going to happen to all of us. You know, it's going to happen. It's not something, you know, as humans we get sad and we hurt and we grieve. It's something that's going to happen. But for me, I was angry because I felt like my aunt was so many things to other people that she neglected to be something for herself. She was so attainable and attendful to other people's dreams that she forgot to attend to her dreams. She was so loving and nourishing and poured so much into the family, into people who she came in contact with, that she never left enough for herself. And on my aunt's birthday, fast forward to April the 18th, 2021, me and my sister was talking, and she was like, you know, she was the backbone to the family, and, you know, she was so loving. And in that moment, guys, I got angry again. It reminded me of my why, one of my whys, and one of my whys is my aunt. I feel like I don't have a choice but to live my life authentically and dance with my dreams and pour it into myself and love myself and be that superstar. Not just for me, but for my aunt, because she didn't. She didn't get to do that because she was so busy being the backbone to everybody else but herself. And so many times in life, we do that. Whether it's for a job, whether it's for a check, whether it's for, again, a relationship, family members, we put ourselves in positions that we sacrifice our desires, our potential to be great and go off and do great things. And my aunt did amazing things. But I know in that graveyard is some of her endless potential. Where instead of reaching hundreds and touching a few, she could have reached thousands. I just remember my aunt sacrificing herself. I don't even really know what were some of the things that she liked to do, because she was so busy being everything to everybody else. She never tapped into her full potential. And I was angry. I was angry because she deserved so much more. How much love was inside of that woman. She deserved so much more. And I'm sharing this story with you, whoever's watching this, if you ever found yourself in that position, because that was me. Just like my aunt, the backbone of carrying everybody's burdens and everybody's issues. And neglecting myself. Just existing, but not really living. And it was unfair. It was unfair to her. And yes, she was the backbone for everybody else. And yes, she raised kids that were not even hers. But in my heart of hearts, I wish she would have chose different. I wish she would have chose her. And I told my sister that on the conversation on the phone. I was like, I wish she would have chose her. My aunt sacrificed her whole life for others. Her marriage. She was raising kids when she didn't even have kids. She was just everything to everyone. And neglected to be something for herself. And I'm almost terrified to make this because my family might see this. But it's the truth. Everything is a choice in life. And I really feel what my aunt was trying to tell me by calling me beautiful, by looking at me, by pouring into me, was telling me to choose myself. Because she didn't. And when you don't choose yourself in life, you settle. And when you don't choose yourself in life, you get complacent. And when you don't choose yourself in life, you're just existing. Whether it's being the backbone to other people's problems, other people's joys, building other people's dreams. None of that matters. I shared all that to say, today, whenever you're viewing this video, I want you to choose you. You are a light. You are beautiful. You are unconditional love. You have endless potential. Don't waste it. I'm going to be so honest and transparent with you. Sometimes choosing yourself and your well-being, people might classify that as selfish. And sometimes choosing yourself and choosing your well-being and your dreams and your desires, it's not always easy. And it doesn't always feel good, but it's necessary. And dare I say, I want you to be selfish with you. I want you to choose you. I don't want you to sacrifice who you are in your path, in your destiny for others. I don't. I want you to choose you. Because when you choose you, there'll be no regrets. There will be no regrets. So, I ask you again, are you really living or are you existing? Choose you. Choose you today. I'm actually reminded of a story. Well, actually it's from a tarot deck, the Zen tarot deck. There's a card called Sorrow. I think I'll like add it in here. And I read this story of this card, and I'm not going to try to butcher the name, but basically we all know the guru Buddha and the teachings of Buddha. The story that this card possesses is that Buddha's cousin was one of his disciples that walked with him and seen so many amazing things happen. And when Buddha passed away, he was weeping and he was crying for days and days in. And the other disciples were asking him, why are you crying? Buddha lived a fulfilled life. You know, there was nothing that Buddha didn't do, didn't see, didn't become. You know, basically he went out happy. He went out good. Like, why are you weeping? Why are you crying? And Buddha's cousin said, I'm not weeping and crying because of him. I'm weeping and crying because of me. Because in this whole time that he was following Buddha, he neglected to really take those teachings and do something with it, because he was so busy following Buddha's great story. And that night he went to sleep crying. And then the next morning he woke up a brand new man. And what I took from that, though he wasted that time, in the midst of that sorrow, in the midst of that lesson, there was a greater understanding. His passion was refueled for him to now go live his life and go create his teachings and go be about what he wants to be about. Man, you really gotta check that little book out, you know. I'm gonna put the card in here so you guys go read it. So I said all that to say, choose you. Choose your dreams. Choose your desires. Choose your story. What is your story gonna look like? What is your legacy gonna look like? You know? Like that poem. In that poem I said it. I'm not playing. For everything that my aunt didn't achieve, the status, the greatness that I already knew was inside of her, that's inside of me, I'm gonna get it for me and her. Oh, this is just the beginning. Believe me. She said superstar. Her niece gonna be a superstar. Okay? Not playing. Choose you. And choosing you might look selfish. And it might feel hard at first to detach yourself and realize, I'm not going to insert myself here. You help when you can, but never at the expense of sacrificing yourself. That's a no-no. Okay? So choose you. I love you guys so freaking much. Thank you for hearing me. Thank you so much for hearing me. And I love you guys. And I will catch you on my channel. Oh, also, my aunt's favorite flower, her favorite flowers are tulips, okay? And the Saturday, the day before her birthday, I, believe it or not, almost kind of forgot that it was my aunt's birthday. my sister called me and reminded me that day, but prior to that night, you know, I just wanted to randomly go get some flowers, you know, and stop and get some Starbucks, because that's just what I do. And in the flower section, there were like no roses, you know, because y'all know I love my roses. There was no roses. Like, are you kidding me? And there was one pack of flowers left. And guess what they were, guys? You ready? Yellow tulips. Yellow tulips. I know that she did that. I know that was her. On her birthday, I finally got to get her some yellow tulips. Oh my God. Oh my God. I finally got to get her some yellow tulips. So I love you guys. Go rock it at life. You deserve the best. You are worthy. It is your birthright. I love you. And I will catch you on my channel. Wow.